in the battle of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Brooklyn leads the series 2-0. The number 2 seed versus the 3 seed. Who would have seen this complete domination coming our way? I mean, it's unfathomable. I mean, Brooklyn came out about guns blazing. I mean, they do have. I mean, we just can't put our finger on it. Like, the Bucks just seem to not really want this. I mean, it's evident in their play now. Of course, they've been building for this, and we know they do. But out there on the court, it would appear otherwise. I mean, Kyrie came out trying to take Giannis to the rack, but gets pinned up against the backboard. When we started off in the first quarter, Bryn with the pump fake three. Forbes was killing it. Hit another with the head fake. Killing that head fake. Kyrie with the three. Harris with the three. Kyrie behind the back. Pop, pop. Three. Get the picture? Now, we all know Kyrie is another level of player. Every time he holds the ball in his hand, the crowd oohs and ahs with anticipation. He just has that magic touch that every time he gets the ball in his hands, you know something special is about to happen. Kyrie spins baseline, posts up, step through, then right back to hit the swish from three to close the quarter. Now, the first quarter came out 36-19, all nets. And it seemed like they were just hitting everything, nothing but net. At the start of the second, Griffin hits the three. It just seemed like Milwaukee refused to punish them inside and quickly found themselves down by 20. It wasn't after a good while Giannis finally clashes with Griffin attacking the basket. He had 2 points at that point. He drew the foul but missed both free throws. Now, Griffin challenged back with a mean dunk on Giannis. Before you knew it, stop the fight. Domination. Giannis is taken out. 30-point lead. 120-96. I mean, look at these averages. Rebounds. Milwaukee's out rebounding them. But Brooklyn's got that great ball movement going on right now. The leaders here, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, MVP, reigning Defensive Player of the Year, former Finals MVP, both All-Stars. Check out this headline, though. Durant, Nets, dominate Game 2. Now, of course, we're here on NBA.com where we get all our official information from for our criticism, critique, review for educational purposes. Hope you guys find something useful and beneficial out of this here. So Durant piles up 32 points in 33 minutes, and Brooklyn sets a team record with 21 three-pointers to demolish Milwaukee by 39. 3-9. Almost 40 points. That's ridiculous. Now, we understand that's a bad dude. That's a bad man, and we all know it's been a long time coming. He's been waiting 2 years for this, so he's coming out hungry, and it shows. Out there on fire. I mean, he states here, we still have a long way to go. He isn't satisfied after scoring 32 points to lead Brooklyn past Milwaukee in Game 2 for a commanding 2.0. The Bucks put up no resistance in the Game 2 route. It states here the Bucks have an abundance of problems and precious little time to solve them. I mean, if they're trying to make this title run, I don't know. I had more faith in the Bucks coming into this. I mean, I just couldn't see them being dominated in this fashion. Like, they're a huge team. They out-weight room the Nets. I mean, they should be backing them in, posting them up, taking them to the rack every time, man. Every time. So it's just unfathomable the way that this has been rolling out. I just couldn't have seen it coming. Especially with Giannis, man. Like, not playing like Giannis. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, what more can we say? I mean, I know that the Bucks are getting hit hard right now, especially with the way that they played out there. I mean, to suffer that kind of a loss, you can only imagine. They want to come out. They definitely need to respond. I mean, this next game, if they don't respond, that's a wrap. I mean, there's still hope, but going down 3-0 and playing the way that they've been playing, I mean, I really have to further emphasize I could not have seen that coming. So let's check out this game recap. It's going to be pretty much all Nets.
Metro by T-Mobile sees your hard work.
So here we go. Game 2 was decided almost immediately, and like I said, it was domination. Almost immediately, led by Kevin Durant, scorching start. Never trails and leads by as many as 49 points. They almost beat this team by 50. I mean, if you're suffering that kind of a loss, oh my God. Just imagine the mental fatigue and exhaustion that you have to be experiencing at that point. I mean, this was crazy. This was crazy. So I know most people are going to be talking about the domination here, but let's just take a quick look and see what we got. Giannis MVP, Durant the man. Look at this. Kyrie pulled up 3. Just that's what I'm saying. Brooklyn is there. I mean, Griffin is there for the follow up, man. I was playing the dirty work right now, and Durant has just got his. He's just in his bag. He's just in the zone. This team is on another level right now. And I've always been a huge fan of Durant and Kyrie before they were in the shadow of LeBron James. For in comparison, look at that, man. That's the pin down I was talking about. No, Giannis needs to be doing that every time, man. He needs to be taking it straight to the rack. Look at that, behind the back pull up 3. Like I stated in the intro, Kyrie was just everywhere. Durant ready to pop him. Scoop. Swish. Look at that. 36-19 first quarter. Coming out. Even Griffin's popping that 3. If Griffin's popping the 3, what you gonna do, man? At that point, sets the pick, rolls to the basket, dish out to the baseline. That was a great play. I really love that. That was one of my favorites. Just a highly executed play. Love that. Just great ball movement. So everybody was talking about the mean cross. Look at that pull up. There's nothing they can do about it. He was just having his way. Look at Durant. This is like practice to him, man. Giving Giannis the work straight to the rack, dude. It's unbelievable. 95-65 at the end of the third. 30-point lead. Commanding. Kyrie drilling. And that's it. Stop the fight. 86-125. Durant, 32 points, 6 assists. Giannis was limited to 18 points, 11 rebounds. Now, I know any other player, those are decent numbers, but with the MVP, the way he usually dominates, wow, dude. Wow. Like I said, unfathomable. There was no way you could have seen this type of response. The Nets coming out full throttle hard, dude, just beasting. States here, Tom Thibodeau named Coach of the Year. But again, Kyrie, Durant, they've been in that shadow of the comparison of LeBron James for forever, man. And I've always favored them. I mean, just Kyrie, the work that he's been doing when he was doing it over there at the Cavs, even when LeBron wasn't there, still holding the team down. I mean, his handles, his jump shot, his crisp passing, just an excellent player. I mean, you can't say enough good things about Kyrie and his gameplay. He's just thrilling to watch. I mean, like I said, he's majestic on the court, man. Just there's no other way to describe it. Everybody knows something special is happening every time he gets that ball, and if not, the chances of it happening are highly likely. Durant too. I mean, one of the best scorers we've seen. He can pop up and hit it from anywhere. He just makes it look effortless, and it is really not. He just has that highly skilled, effective, efficient on the ball, to say the least. So I mean, it's looking like a wrap for the Bucks, but they got to dig deep. Know that they honestly, I feel the Bucks are a better team. However, it's not showing at the moment. So let's hope that these Milwaukee Bucks can come back, give us a series, give themselves a series, give them a fighting chance, and recover from this what looks to be a TKO already, man. I mean, they're just getting demolished out there. So I hope they got something in the bag that really lifts them up, and I hope Giannis just kind of breaks out with some kind of amazing performance that can spark the life in his team. So let's hope it does, man, because it's not looking pretty out there. That's for sure. It's not looking pretty at all, dude. Oh my goodness. So let's go check out this other. We'll get to that. I've been talking about that one, but now we got this matchup coming up. Clippers versus the Jazz. That should be exciting. But let's take a look at this other Western semifinal that was occurring yesterday here. Jump into that. Another 2 versus 3 seed. And who would have thought that these games would be playing out in this dominant fashion, like especially from Jokic and company, dude. I mean, similar story here on the West Coast. We got Chris Paul, 21, 6, and 11. Jokic, 22, 9, and 3. This was, again, unbelievable, man. The Suns wear down Nuggets, take game 1. 4 different Phoenix starters scored 20 plus while limiting Nikola Jokic to just 3 for 12 shooting in the second half. So they pretty much took Jokic out the game, and they won 122 to 105. Wow, I mean, this is unbelievable. Paul's late takeover caps Suns game 1 comeback. That's a Suns stretch Nuggets defense to the limit. At the end of the day, we're just having fun, and it does appear so, man. It does. It really does. I just can't believe it, dude. Like, I would have seen. I thought they would have, it would be at least a close game. Like, nowhere near what we're watching here. I mean, Booker was going off. I mean, the whole Suns team to have 5 people and 20 points. That's amazing. This dude right here, though, on the opposite end of this, Facundo Campazzo, was all over the place. Like, I love watching this player, man. He's exciting. Argentinian international player, making his impact in these playoffs for sure, and a huge impact this season. Stepping up for Denver, makes amazing passes, great plays. Defensively, he's just everywhere. Steals galore, deflections, I mean, active hands, you name it. Let's take a look at this recap here. Because, again, these dominating games, they're not pretty to watch. At least in my opinion. But Chris Paul recorded 21 points, 14 in the fourth quarter. So really had a quiet game until that very end, along with 6 rebounds, 11 assists for the number 2 seed Suns as they defeated the number 3 seed Nuggets 122-105 in game 1. Booker added 21 points and 8 assists for the Sun. Let's check it out. Big fella coming in. Booker receiving his reward. Ayton to the rack. Strong, man. He's a problem down low. Look at Facundo with the pass. Nikola. Nice. Good footwork down in the restricted area. Posting up. I loved watching the big man play, man. They were posting each other up, banging down low. Millsap was getting in there too, man. I mean, Paul Millsap, you can't. Oh, look at this work. Look at this foot. Look at that, man. Great ball movement. Working inside the paint. Booker loses the ball. Kicks it back out to a 3 for Crowder. Both of these teams have great three-point shooting. Great. And I just wanted to comment really quick on Paul Millsap, man. His veteran presence, former All-Star. You can't state enough how much of an impact he leaves on the game. As soon as he comes in, you can notice it right away. Gets to his spots. Just a great player to have, and has been carrying this franchise in the playoffs last year as well. So it's 28. Oh, here we go. 40-37. Close game still at this point. Michael Porter Jr. Man, Michael Porter Jr. is popping the shots, dude. He's turned into. I mean, he's really athletic. I feel he should still try to make his money more, get into the rack. I know he suffered a back injury too, but he's really turned into a great catch and shoot player from 3, from deep especially. Head fake, that was nice. I remember that. Austin Rivers too for the Nuggets, man. I really like what his impact on the game, but Booker is just a handful offensively. So see, it's still a close game. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't have seen that huge breakaway down the line because it was a close game in the half. It was exciting to watch. Bad pass, trying to go across court. A good team's gonna make you pay for that. Head fake, cut to the basket, nice. Bridges was all over the place too. He had a solid performance. Look at that. That was tough right there. I really like that. I mean, I remember seeing that. That was game-winning play. Finds the open man and drills it. Facundo, man. Right here. Again, see, this is what I'm talking about. Close game still. 2 minutes 18 down the line, and that was a smart play by Rivers. I mean, just knows when you got to know when to pass it to your teammates, man. Even though they're right there, he had the open shot too. Wasn't feeling it. Made the business decision. Kick it out to the big man. He's got that, and it rewards him. You got to have confidence in your teammates. Second half, this is a different story. Different story here. So look at, I mean, Facundo was just aggressive. I really love watching his style of play. Denver's up at this point with 9 minutes to go. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about, man. You see that? He's like, I see you. Just throws it behind the back, makes that pass. I mean, he just makes incredible plays, man. He's awesome to watch. I'm really excited for this pickup for Denver. I mean, obviously they are for the franchise, but it's just, he's an amazing player to watch. Dominated internationally, and now is coming into the NBA, holding his own. You got to knock those down once you get a pass like that. Credit to the big man for hitting that. Those cross-court passes, man. And they're hitting it with consistency, though, from the three. See, both of these teams, tough, nice. See, easy basket, man. You just keep making that ball movement, driving into the paint. Pressure on the rim for the easy baskets. Step back, tough shot, dude. That's what I'm saying. These kind of shots that Booker hits, I mean, it's unbelievable. You got these breakout stars coming in, a new generation of players making their mark that have been kind of, on the rise here the past couple of years. That maybe a lot of the casual fans just weren't aware of, but they're definitely leaving an imprint on the game, and they're here to stay. Booker, he's one of the leading candidates for that. Look at how well and just how easy they make shooting the three. I mean, these shots are, in your face contested and still knocking it down with ease. So you see here, a lot different story from what we just saw in the third quarter. This is when the game started pulling away, 79-92. 10 minutes left in the quarter. That was that three we just saw him hit. Pulls up right there at the elbow. Paul just gets to his spots. All that. See, just he knows where he can get his, and just gets right to it. Paul on Millsap. Just what can you do at this point? They're breaking away. Fast break. Let the big man. Easy basket. They had numbers on him. Again, probing the offense to get him gets to his spot. Easy. That's practice for him, man. He just pulls up right from where he knows he can get it every time, man. So Paul's taking smart shots. He knows when to pick them, when to pop them, when to pass it. I mean, he's just one of the greatest point guards we've seen. But Jokic had 22 points, 9 rebounds. Chris Paul 21 points, 11 assists. This is what I really noticed in this is both the Nuggets and the Suns really playing great team ball, and you love seeing that. They're sharing the basketball well. Everybody's finding the open man. Even though they pulled away at the end to have that serious lead, I mean, like I said, the majority of the game you wouldn't have seen that coming. But the Suns lead this best of 7 series 1-0, with game 2 taking place on Wednesday, June 9th. So stay tuned for that. This series right here I think is going to be really good. I mean, all of them should be, but certain teams just start gaining that momentum, and then it feels like there's nothing you can do. Let's take a look at the top plays and see what they have here. Semifinals top 5 plays. Let's see what they pick. Who makes the cut? Here we go. Top 5. Oh, Kyrie. Oh, in and out. Oh, that's what I'm. Slow motion breaks Forbes. Don't worry, Giannis. Got your back. Pin. You don't get to see the pins in the NBA too frequently, so it's to see it from a high level caliber player like Kyrie, from the Defensive Player of the Year, is definitely something special. Number 4, George Karl chiming in. Facundo. Oh, this is that pass I believe we just saw. Penetrates the defense. Wide open 3. It could have been a little bit better contest there from Ayton, but he kind of is like, well, at this point, he better make that. Kind of shows up a little bit. Jokic knocking it down with confidence. Durant. Oh, no, the double cross. That's just basic cross, pull up, shoot, but Durant just makes it look so pretty. Chris Paul, oh, nice pass. Oh, with the mean finish. It could have been a little bit of contact there on two sides, I see. Yeah, a little hit there, a little hit there. And number 1. That's what I'm talking about, man. I'm telling you, that was so pretty, man. I'm glad they put that. I really like that one, too. If you noticed from my comments earlier in the video, that was super nice. Let's see it again, man. Because, look, you got everybody spread out. Drive, screen. 2-man game. Roll. Pass it out. Collapses the defense into the wide open paint. And you got to cut baseline, man, to get that easy outlet pass. You got to. People just don't look for that anymore. They want to stay on the 3 and pop it, but that's old school to a T, dude. That's fundamental right there. Easy buckets. And it's not easy when you're hamming like that over Giannis Antetokounmpo, Defensive Player of the Year, but Griffin shows him I still got hops. Love it. I'm glad that one made number 1. I think that's definitely demonstrates team basketball to a T. Find the open man, get the easy buckets. And we saw that assist of the night from Facundo Campazzo. We've already seen it. Let's check it out one more time. Why don't we? One more time. So big shout out to Facundo Campazzo for making the assist of the night. Dishes it back for the big man to drill. That was nice. That was nice, right over his head. You gotta get your hands up. Maybe you get the deflection. Torrey Craig. Okay, let's see. Play of the day. Let's see what this is. I don't know if I remember this one. Let's see. And Craig actually came from the Nuggets, if I recall correctly. So to be having that kind of an impact on the game in the playoffs against your former team, oh, you know, it's just got to be that much sweeter. Play of the day. Oh. Oh, damn. Yeah, I remember that now. Payne throwing up the lob from way back. That hang time just looks so much fun. Sweet. So there you have it, man. So 2 blowouts, unfortunately. It's been one team coming out to a hot start. You start to notice the effects of the fatigue. We're dwindling down to the semifinals now. So we got Utah and the LA Clippers coming up. Phoenix took one from Denver the first game. Brooklyn is knocking Milwaukee Bucks in their teeth right now. And ATL came out and stole out the first game from Philly, the number 1 overall seed. So let's see what's going to happen here in this coming up today, 10 o'clock. LA Clippers fresh off of the Game 7, just taking down Luka Doncic and the Mavs. Luka played well. However, it's not enough. Whenever you're I mean, people are questioning really quick. Just to highlight, they're questioning the Mavs. I think that's unnecessary. They have a great team. However, Luka does have the ball in his hands too much, man. And you've got to get your other teammates involved. You need to get more ball movement. You can't just have one person dribbling all the time. Pretty much everything going through him is not going to work. So you got to kind of do that sporadically. I think if they kind of implement that a little bit more, keep the same team, they're good to go. Because they got shooters, they got drivers, they got strong rim presence. I mean, they're huge. The Dallas Mavericks are huge, so they really need to play more post, get some more ball movement. Plays like what we just saw, the number one play of the day from Griffin, baseline cuts. Just take it back to their fundamentals, and I think that instead of just depending on that three, I mean, you saw it hasn't worked well for teams in the past, and really the only ones that have made it really work are teams like the Spurs with the ball movement, Golden State, where they had impeccable ball movement just on and off the ball. You know, Thompson and Curry, some of the best to ever do it, just constantly moving around the court. But just wanted to kind of make that comment real quick. And here we are in the Western Conference Finals. The first game of this series. They just exited the first round here. The last ones to do it. Being pressed deep by the Mavs, and actually it was pretty epic. I mean, with neither team winning at home until this final game for LA. But Utah had a tough battle with the Grizzlies. So we got Donovan Mitchell, leading scorer for the Utah Jazz. Kawhi Leonard, my dude, man, from Toronto, off the championship, made his own team out here, coming from the Spurs. One of my favorite players. It's just steady, consistent, mid-range, expert, excellent drive to the basket. So let's see, series preview states here. Rested Jazz meet tested Clippers. Utah, with the league's best record, cruised against Memphis. The Clippers needed Game 7 to knock off the Mavs, who's more ready. So there is always that, rest versus coming fresh off a series, I guess you can call it conversation, really. I mean, you can't really call it an argument, but it should be a tough matchup for these teams. I mean, because Gobert, I thought the same thing with Giannis, but the Nets definitely surprised me. So we never know. Clippers are a really deep team, but so are the Jazz. I mean, they're the number one overall record in the entire NBA, and that's a huge statement. So Utah, with the league's best record, cruised against Memphis. The Clippers need a Game 7. Will the Jazz deliver? Full focus Clippers complete series comeback. We always knew what kind of team we are. And that's true, man. I mean, the Clippers have some great pieces. I really like Zubac, too, if you don't know who he is. Offensive threat. Let's check out some of the top plays from the previous series. You can check out some of my other videos where I kind of focus on the Grizzlies. They were just an excellent squad. I really like the work that they did this season. So again, it was an epic battle. The only one that went to 7 so far. The Dallas Mavericks versus the LA Clippers in 2021. Amazing to watch. Kawhi working on Finney Smith to the rack. Dude, see what I'm saying? Finney Smith is a great player. I mean, I'm telling you, the Mavericks have a great squad. People are just, they just make their money off talking trash about these players and trying to get them. See, great ball movement. I think that's what's really going to make it for the Mavs. Porzingis contesting at the rim, tough. I like to see it, man. Great contest. Kawhi just comes up strong. George. Get it, dude. Oh, that was it? They only showed like 3 plays? That's crazy. Okay. Let's check out this full focus Clippers complete series comeback. So I mean, being the other team from LA right now, Kawhi Leonard delivered in Game 7, but he got plenty of help from his teammates to take down Dallas. You know, they're under the microscope a little bit more now, I would say. I don't know why people just automatically make the teams from LA the favorite. I mean, I honestly, I do love Kawhi and Paul George, and we were expecting big things from them as soon as they connected. Added some pieces, took away some pieces. Is this the same play? Yep. 2 minutes and 46 seconds. Look at that, man. Look at how huge Boban and Porzingis. I mean, Dallas is beastly, dude. They just got to work that post game more. Kawhi is just too much, man. I mean, and the Clippers are one of the best teams. It's going to be interesting because it's going to be a shootout for sure between the Clippers and the Jazz, two of the best teams in the NBA with the 3-ball. Let's see what Lou's saying.
Luke Kennard coming in making 3 threes.
Man, ball fake.
Man,
fires, and hits. Game 6, it was Reggie Jackson's energy and effort.
Reggie Jackson, Batum, everybody's eating. Kennard. So that's what I'm trying to say is that every team gets all these pieces for a reason. It's not like they just pick them up for fun. You know, like they know what these players' strengths and weaknesses are, and sometimes they deliver, and sometimes it doesn't roll that way. So
they're ready. I mean, we got guys that have made big plays all series for us. You know, it's been like that all year. Just next man up. You know, whoever gets called, you got to be ready to go. So for me, that was my mindset. That was everybody's mindset tonight.
Doncic steps back, now drives, falling away. Shot won't go. Rebound.
See, like right there, I just want to make a quick comment on that. Like in that last sequence, you can see
whoever gets called, you got to be ready to go.
It's strange to say this at this level. You see, he's not looking at his teammates. That's a perfect pause right there to emphasize that point. He's not looking at his teammates. Now I know he's got extreme defensive pressure here coming from Kawhi. But anytime you're not looking at your teammates, you're missing something. So for somebody who's handling the ball so much, like I said, I do understand that aspect of that extreme defensive pressure. But here, I'll pause it again. See, still not looking at his teammates. So it's just something to take note of. And it appears, okay, he finally is looking up after a couple of moves. But it just appears that he's not looking now. I mean, I may be wrong, and it could be different, but I mean, just in that sequence of events, I noticed that a couple of times from him where he's a little more focused on the ball and the defensive pressure in the moment as opposed to where his teammates are. Now it could be that maybe he just knows the spots, you know, for the plays. That could be the case.
Steps back, now drives,
see,
falling away.
It's like that whole time he wasn't looking. Porzingis is right here chilling, and he's not looking for it. I mean,
shot won't go, rebound goes.
And you heard shot won't go that time. So here again, he's looking a little bit. It seems okay. I mean, like I said, I know you can see here, but it just appears.
Great defense by Kawhi Leonard. This is the minute that we were looking for against
just a bad pass there.
In the whole series, you have to lock in on him. He's a phenomenal player.
Like
great one-on-one player to pass to his teammates.
Nothing but respect between both of them.
You can't just pick one game to lock in. You have to stay focused throughout the whole, series. And us just having that mental focus just helped us throughout the series.
Everything going Leonard and the Clippers' way.
But you see, there's a difference there where when Leonard's driving to the basket, he's still looking up. That makes a huge difference. In those split-second decisions, they kick it out to your teammate or pull up.
He's dominating offensively, and he's
that's exactly that right there.
It's been special, man. Him and Pete.
Boban, you're the biggest player on earth. you need to just back your way in for easy twos.
See, the level of intensity, the level of focus these guys have.
Marcus Morris Sr. coming in clutch. Was that 22 points?
The stoic superstar, Kawhi Leonard, 28 points, 10 rebounds,
Stoic
9
indeed.
assists, and brilliant defense.
Always love Kawhi's style.
Clippers about
His
to advance
gameplay.
to the second round.
Solid. So nothing but mutual
For team,
respect.
we were able to launch a new beach cruiser. It was called the Lemonade Coast.
So now, I mean, everybody's talking about Trey, dude. Like I've been talking about him. I got the NBA Top Shot moment of him, throwing up the 24 to the sky, hitting from the logo in the Martin Luther King jersey. Man, that's something I had to pick up right away, man. So I've been showing love to Trey As I've been seeing him coming into the league, noticed something special about him for sure. I know there was that bad taste in the mouth from him and being traded for Luka, so something to prove. Now coincidentally, Luka's out, Trey's in, means something, maybe. Because I feel like Trey made the best adjustments to his game, man. He came out and changed up completely, where he was hunting points in the beginning, like as any young superstar on the rise would be doing. But he really turned it around and got a little bit more team-oriented and is being displayed on full blast right now in the playoffs as they shock the number 1 seed. There was a video I just got some featured. I believe it was, and maybe here it was if you have a piece in the playoffs featured about you where how will the Philadelphia slow down Trae Young? That's the one I was looking for. You see what I mean? Like this is how dominant he's coming out. On the NBA.com channel, you have how to slow down Trae Young from the number 1 seed and the number 2 defense in the league. I mean, come on, man. That's saying something. That's a huge statement. I mean, that's probably the statement of the year right there. So, he didn't make the All-Star team this year, made it last year. It's definitely a statement. He doesn't really have anything to prove. People say that, but if you're an ATL fan, you already know what this team is capable of. They have a solid roster, and they're playing against a great team in Philadelphia. Great team. Let's take a look at this. So credit here to NBA.com here for this video. Inside the NBA. Oh, this is from Inside the NBA. How will Philadelphia slow down Trae Young? Kenny, Chuck, and Shaq break down the Trae Young. Let's hear what they had to say. Big ups to this is my favorite show on TV, man. No joke. Has been for years. I've been watching it, man. I love it. I mean, I love Charles Barkley, man. People that, just real quick, take it upon myself. I know it doesn't matter, but I just have to take it upon myself to state for the young bucks out there, or the haters or the trolls or whatever the case may be. If you haven't seen any of, just look them up, dude. Just look them up. Look up Charles Barkley. Look at some of his clips. See what he did. Check out his extreme athleticism, dominance in the game. He was giving Shaq work too. And people talk about Shaq being the greatest big man of all time. I favored Barkley. I mean, I used to use Barkley. What was it, like NBA Jam? Like, I always loved Barkley, man. He was funny, ferocious, intense. I mean, he scared people, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, other players, you could tell he struck fear in their hearts, man. He was just a beast. Didn't care what you said. Tells it like it is. And now I love being able just to get inside this dude's mind where he just makes the craziest comments, man. But big love out to Charles Barkley, dude. One of my favorite players growing up for sure. So before you make an ignorant comment about this, man, check out, gold medal, dream team, all-star, and competed with the best of them.
Trae Young going downhill is not good for any.
See what this reads. Game 1 snapped a 10-game home winning streak, including the regular season. So that last clip we just saw where the press was coming in, forcing them to call the timeout and the trap on the press, that's just poor execution.
He did that too much yesterday, so we have to slide him off a little bit. That's not really being more physical. That's just body position. A lot of our problems were due to bad body position.
The intensity that we saw in that.
ATL allowed that was the breakdown of the century for this. Of the series at least. Allowed 41 points in the fourth quarter of Game 1. Like, that was crazy. Like, if Philadelphia didn't do that and implement the traps, the full court press, it would have been a completely different. It was a completely different series up until that point. So, Philly definitely kicked it into overdrive.
Fourth quarter is the intensity that we're going to see tomorrow night, where they are going to be playing much faster.
Just a mental error there, maybe fatigue from Capella.
Defensively, we did it in the New York series as well. We would get comfortable leads, and then we would slow the game down.
Solomon Hill, 3-1 road record during playoffs, balling.
And then when we slow the game down, we play into their hands. They just made some plays, and we slowed it down a little too much. But those are situations that we have to have.
Yeah, and you can tell that was a little bit of the strategy. And it's smart, too, considering you have a 20-point lead. You definitely want to milk the clock. That's a veteran move where each play, you're trying to run down that clock to be able to close it out.
Have to have guys like Kev, Trey.
But see here, just sloppy on that.
Man, I tell you that the Hawks played probably their best 44 minutes of basketball all season, and then the worst 4 minutes of their entire season there. 17
That's a true statement too.
Dwindled
right
with
at
those
the
5
end.
turnovers, but they hung on to get game 1.
Yeah, see, 5 turnovers, man. That's tough.
Just tell you about how this series is.
Well, the Sixers picked it up the last 4 minutes. It would have been a treacherous story if the Hawks would have lost, but they survived. They know what they have to do. Listen, Trey is playing fabulous. Collins is playing.
Oh yeah, man, that's a true statement. If the Hawks would have lost that would have been the greatest comeback Philly's ever achieved.
And my good friend Solomon played like they're all playing like a team and they're playing well. Hopefully they don't get comfortable with saying, okay, we got game 1, we now have the home court advantage.
Yeah, they got to keep
I
it
want
strong.
to see if they have that instinct to like, okay, we know what we got to do, we know we can beat them, we know the intensity they're going to bring. Let's get game 2. They're a young team, so I'm anxious to see how they come out and play. Either or, they're still going to
they
have
are a
home
very
court
young
advantage. I
team
want them to
still.
have that killer instinct. So my prediction is right.
But making their mark indeed.
128-124 was the final. What do you see from Philly in game 2?
Well, I think with Philadelphia, they do realize that Trae Young is a star.
Again, too, man, if you've never seen Kenny Smith play with some of the best of them, man, played with Jordan, point guard for the championship Rockets, played with Hakeem Olajuwon, champion, all-star. I mean, dominated at every level, high school, college, just a pure baller, man. So some people may not be as well known, but definitely a amazing basketball player. Slam dunk champion.
Meaning that
check out his slam dunk highlights,
there's
man.
very few guys
no,
in our
really
league
for sure.
who could have the ball in their hand for 80% of the possession, and everyone is really going to be dictated off what they do. Luka does that. James Harden could do that. LeBron obviously do it. Trae Young is learning to do that, and he's doing it. And so now you have to make the decision, which you probably didn't have to make in the last couple of years, is do we double him early and make him give it up early, or do we allow him to be the scorer and not the passer?
Yeah.
I don't think that anyone before these playoffs was making that decision with Trae. I think Trae was making the decision, I'm going to do this tonight or not, and didn't do it as well.
That's so true, man, because first off, he's going to get his, but do you really want him kicking it out to that 3, though? Because Atlanta has been shooting the ball with precision.
Well, now, under Nate McMillan and the rest of the team is kind of gelled in and got healthy, he is a guy that you have to say, what am I going to do with him tonight? Am I going to make him a passer or am I going to make him a scorer?
Yeah.
Chuck, Embiid or no Embiid? And he played, obviously scored 39 in game 1.
Hold up. Just that right there is can't be stressed enough. My man has a torn meniscus in his knee and scored 39 points. 39. Embiid, injured. I still think he shouldn't even been playing. He scored 39 points, man. That's unreal, man. I really hope there's no serious effects of that decision, man. I'm really hoping for him to be all right, man, because I don't think that could end well for him or Philly.
Who wins the series? Are you ready to go there yet?
Yeah. My Sixers in trouble.
It's only one game.
Yeah, but they can't guard them. They can't. There's nobody they can put out there for Trae.
Dude, see, like, look at his face. He's being real. He's like, yeah, I'm ready to call it. He said he's ready to call it. My Sixers are in trouble already. He's like, it's only one game. Damn.
They tried Danny Green. Danny Green, we like Danny Green. He's a terrific shooter. He can't. The game.
Hold up there, right there, though. Danny Green is an excellent defender, too. Terrific shooter, but an excellent defender. And for him to say he thinks Danny Green can't guard him, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, the problem with Thibault is you're gonna have 2 non-shooters out there now.
Oh no! See, Thibault's an elite defender, dude. Like everybody on Philly is a pretty much top-notch defense, man. Like all that talk about Tom Thibodeau and all that. I mean, I understand that, but Philadelphia's defense is. I mean, look at that impeccable run they made. All those stops down the line. Thibault is a great defender, man. Steals and blocks. Pressure. He can do it all. He can shoot and drive. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
So the court, because we were talking about that in the back, like the reason Danny Green is valuable, he can space him. But now if you put Thibault out there, you're gonna have 2 guys who can't shoot, and that's really gonna shrink the court for Embiid. But Trey's gonna have an advantage. Let me tell you something, man. That boy Bogdanovich, he hit 3 threes. Hey, man, he hit.
For real, dude. Bogdanovich be hitting them, man. Hitting them. Sorry for your Kings. Bogdanovich is hitting them. Like, with ultimate confidence.
3 threes to start. He's like Adam. I can watch him shoot basketball all day. He's like watching Adam Scott swing a golf club. I can sit there and watch Adam Scott hit balls all day. Even when he missed, it looked like it's going in. And then you put Collins out there, who's shooting the ball good and getting lobs. And then what's really hurting the Sixers, they're attacking Joel Embiid. They're putting him in the pick and roll every time. So he has to come up for Trey, and that's why Capella's are getting those lobs.
Yeah.
They're going to have those advantages.
That's the ATL right now is running the pick and roll probably the best in the league. I'm trying to think who else does it. I mean, Paul's using it. I mean, every team uses it. But I think that ATL somehow has more threats with it. Philadelphia doesn't really use it as much, honestly. I mean, they do throw lobs. They got Simmons there. They could use it, but I think that ATL is a little bit more effective with it.
Just in every game. I hate to say this. I think my Sixers in trouble.
You hitting the button on that?
No, I'm not. You know, hey, listen. You know, hey, no.
I'm not. I don't force you into. You know what else is hitting? You know what else is hurting the Sixers?
What's that?
19 turnovers for 28 Atlanta points.
Well, there's a reason they turn it over because the Hawks. Nate McMillan has got them playing good defense. Trey is a problem, and the first decision Doc Rivers gonna have to make is who I'm gonna put on Trey. I personally think it's got to be Ben Simmons. He got to hope his length and his size.
Yeah, he's gonna have to just overwhelm him.
Trey, but you can't put Danny Green on Trey.
You know what else is impressive about Trey Young?
What's that?
First playoffs, 4 30-point games.
Kareem.
All on the road.
Lou Alcindor, excuse me.
What?
I saw him tie the record.
Oh, I wouldn't go in that direction. I'm just saying I was impressed that his biggest games have all been on the road.
When I saw that stat while I was watching the game yesterday, only one guy did that his first 4 road games, and it was Lou Alcindor. I was like, damn, that's a good name to be on a.
Yeah, dude. I mean, for Trey to be doing the same stuff on the level of a almost 7 foot center, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lou Alcindor, that's playing huge, man. And to that comment that they made where, I mean, Danny Green, I think I understand why they would put Danny Green on because ATL has so much of a rim presence with the lob threat that you kind of want Simmons to be able to contest big man down low too. So I think that kind of would make a little bit more sense. But I do understand if I mean, pound for pound, Simmons on Trey, that's a definitely more favorable matchup leaning towards Philadelphia side. But yeah, that's impressive for Trey to be on the level of only what Kareem has been able to do. Outrageous.
List with.
We can't let him turn the corners. Trey Young going down there.
All right, man. So it's been a great matchup. We got ATL, Sixers coming up. Clippers, Jazz. The stars being Trey Young, Joel Embiid, Kawhi Leonard, and Donovan Mitchell. Let's see what we have in store for today. It should be a good one. Also, you can check it out on the NBA app, man. If you guys don't have that, man, download it. Free NBA app. You can watch the game on this TNT overtime, which I love. I don't know who all knows about it, but it's amazing. It has multiple views on it, the mosaic, different camera angles, all these stats, the box score. I mean, get that NBA app. What are you waiting for, man? Download that, check it out. Trust me, it's worth it. Thanks for watching. See y'all soon.